Malevolence dropped their new record where only the truth is spoken.
Mhm.
We've been chatting about the rollout leading up until this point with Malevolence, and I've been digging the singles, but when we're kind of discovering a quote unquote new band for us, they've been around for a minute, but for us a
Yeah.
new band. The singles are just kind of like, yeah, this is dope, I'm excited for the record, but like I'm not being able to fully ingest it. And that was
Exactly.
me,
Yeah.
with this rollout. I knew that I was excited for the record, but I really was just kind of like, the singles were dope and that's
Mhm.
it. And my opinion will fully form when the record comes out. And holy shit, dude! This
Yeah, I knew
record,
you'd fuck with this.
this
Yeah.
record is like if Alpha Wolf and Kubla Khan had a fucking kid, bro, and shot
I
this
was
out.
getting Alpha Wolf vibes.
Yeah,
I was because it's kind of like that technical, fun
I was.
sprinkle.
I was getting it because of how in your face it is.
Yeah.
It's very Alpha Wolf coded, not to speak in brain rot. Very
Oh my
Alpha
god.
Wolf coded
Shout out.
in the in how in your face this
Oh,
record
how like
is.
prominent the vocals are.
Yeah,
How they're
yeah,
like right in the front.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I
So
get that too.
I'm really digging this record because of that. Like I said, I know they've been around a long time, but yeah, this record fucking blew me away. I really dig the way it opens with Blood to the Leech. I think
Hmm.
that it sets the tone perfectly, but then Trenches decides to just kick you in the face immediately afterwards. And that's basically what this record does. It just repeatedly kicks you in the face. There's not a ton of like, there's no like quote unquote slow moment in the record. This record is absolutely balls to the wall, straight up in your face all the time. There are some slower moments on the record, like the beginning of Salt the Wound, which
Hmm.
I do enjoy as like a little bit of a palate cleanser on the record,
Hmm.
because it's still heavy, it's still in your face, it still fits the vibe of the record, but it is not just like balls to the wall. How crazy can we get? How big is the breakdown going to be? It's a little bit more mellow in the scope of the record that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I also like the way it closes with "Dirt from Your Grave," "Dirt
That was my favorite.
from My Grave."
Yeah.
I think that it ties the record up very nicely. The feature from Randy from Lamb of God is fucking nuts. That's another one of my favorites as well. But I just really think that this record is solid. It encapsulates a vibe and executes it perfectly, and it's everything I wanted and more.
Damn straight. No, I completely agree. With the singles, you nailed it on the head. It's the same thing with me where it's like with newer artists, someone I'm not super familiar with, I kind of need an album or an EP or a collection of songs to actually come to instead of just single by single by single because I'm not really able to get like a it's like my brain needs time to warm up and then actually be able to digest the music, which is what we're given with an album. So actually being able to sit down and listen to 42 minutes of Malevolence is exactly what we both needed. I think this record is fucking crazy. I completely agree with you. I think the combination of Alpha Wolf and you said Kubla Khan, I think that makes perfect amount of sense. To me with the Alpha Wolf, as I said, I kind of got their vibe more so in kind of just like the guitar techniques, I guess, and just kind of how technical it feels. I don't think it's like super technical, like if we're talking like Idola or like Dance Gavin Dance, where it's like there's a lot of shit happening, but it's maybe just like the tone of the guitar or just something like that. That's where I was getting the Alpha Wolf vibes. But now that you point out kind of like how prominent and in your face the vocals are, I get that too because fucking Locky is it's like it's just him on the song and then you're like oh shit there are instruments too. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. Shout out Alpha Wolf. um so I think this record is great. It's definitely balls to the wall. Salt the Wound, as you said, is kind of like the only slow track on the record, and even then, it's still not like an acoustic track. It's just kind of like it's not like a repeated like gut punch where they're kind of like kicking you while you're down and then like slamming you into the wall a couple times. It's just like hey, we're gonna do kind of like a more rocky song instead of like a metal fucking heavy as shit song. Is that okay? And then towards the end it does pick it back up again. I think how it is Categorized, the track listing I think works extremely well. I was a little hesitant when Salt the Wound first came on because I was like, damn, we're throwing the slow track in this quickly. Like it's, you know, typically I prefer it like on the tail end of the album where it's like we're kind of winding down a bit and then you're able to pick it right back up. Like I would say like the third to last track is like my sweet spot for the slow track because then you're still able to kind of ramp it back up again and close it off big with the ending. Um, but because it wasn't a super slow track, I saw the vision.
Yeah.
I got it. I was like, okay, guys, maybe you were onto something. Maybe this is like your job or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
And we're just two
My
assholes
first,
with a microphone.
exactly, no, literally, like I have no say in this. Genuinely, I've never written a song before. I've never, fucking track listed an album before. Um, my personal favorite is the closer with Dirt from My Grave. I think that song is fucking crazy. I think how it starts off with just straight off fucking guitar, the drum beat is immediately going. I love songs like that where it doesn't even give you a second to think. It's just right off the bat you're in. I think this album is incredible. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, considering this type of heavy music is not the music that I gravitate towards. I can listen to it, I can appreciate it, but something about this record had a little something special in it, and I liked it a lot.
You're goddamn right. Hell yeah.